Another miserable yet beautiful day in England, and we are doing it as we often do, or should I say as we regularly do, which is to get in the 2 hours, doing the work, getting the results. Hope that's an inspiration for some of you. The weight is still dropping off now, resumed after a bit of a stagnation. I upped the intensity slightly, so here we go. Anyway, let me not waffle on about that. So I want to talk about centralization, decentralization, and expatiate a little bit on what I talked about last time about paying with my Visa card, yeah? So I got a few comments, some of you saying that, oh, that sounds really centralized, and how's that good, etc., etc. Okay, I think probably needs a little bit of dissecting. So there is a section of that is heavily centralized, obviously, right? So Ripple is centralized, clearly. The Ripple Net system is an app that's developed on the XRP ledger by Ripple. So the company is centralized, but they have built their app on a decentralized ledger, which is their XRP ledger. And just as they've been able to do that, you can do the same thing. You and I, we could, team up today, get a bunch of developers together and build our own network, centralized to us because we're the ones that built it, but utilizing a network that's decentralized, if you know what I mean, right? We're plugging into a decentralized system. So yes, RippleNet is centralized. Yes, Ripple itself is centralized, but they're just a company, just like, the team behind XRP Healthcare, right? That company is centralized, obviously, because you have to be the developers and the people who fund it, etc. But that project is running on a decentralized network, much like Ethereum is decentralized. And we have various Ethereum apps that are running on that. And with RLUSD, which is the currency of trade, we can now build apps that use RLUSD in the DeFi world as payments, right? As the payments token to facilitate payments. And that plugs into the XRP ledger. And this is completely independent of Ripple or anybody else. We just have to be able to understand how the ledger works, get a bunch of developers that know what they're doing, and build the app. People can literally install the app on their phones or whatever. We can build actual physical scanners or whatever. We can even create our own cards that have the appropriate information to access this network. In the same way a Ledger Nano or Trezor cold wallet can access, the blockchains, right? We could build a device that could access the XRP ledger and be designed for payments. Nothing to do with the Ripple. So think about the internet, for instance, right? The internet itself, the underlying technology, is completely decentralized, yeah? But, Google is heavily centralized. But you don't have to use Google's browser, yeah? You can use Opal, you can use Firefox, you can use Microsoft's Internet Explorer. Is that still a thing? I haven't seen that in ages. Bing, whatever. You can use their search engines. There's so many apps that are built that are sitting on top of the World Wide Web, which is sitting on top of the internet, right? That's what we're talking about. And that's the dream. So I could build Ade's payment app, and you can use my payment app, and it just plugs into a system that already accepts RLUSD as the currency. And all that is breached into the XRP ledger by XRP. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, if you then consider when that system becomes the norm, right? When, even if, say, it captures like 10% of the payment systems of the world, I think it's going to capture more than that. Even 10%. Now imagine how much liquidity that's going to bring to the ecosystem. And based on that alone, I feel like the market cap could surpass that of Bitcoin from that liquidity coming from payments alone. Let alone, the ETFs, the real world assets organization from Asia, the real estate influx, and just, the reserve currency purchases. There's just so many places where, if you think about it, the liquidity is going to come from. The reason why it looks impossible now is because it hasn't happened yet. And if you just think about 2 or 3 months ago, it seemed impossible that would be where we are right now. But now that people have seen the movement, the potential, right? People have seen the potential. It's not so impossible now. Not so impossible anymore. That's why people have now moved into cope. The haters have moved to cope. They've moved from, denial to the cope stage. And cope is when it becomes undeniable that it's going to happen. They can see themselves. Well, they're not stupid, right? Maybe they just don't like the token. They don't like the platform. They don't like Ripple. They don't like the centralization of Ripple. They don't like the power that they appear to wield, or whatever. But they can see what's going to happen. So the haters have moved into cope mode. So the story's changed from, oh, it's going to zero, oh, they're going to dump on you, oh, you're an idiot, oh, blah, 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 to, yeah, it's going to go there, but why are you supporting a centralized platform? Why are you supporting the powers that be? Why are you supporting, establishment, blah, blah, blah. And then it's become copium, bro. It's no longer technological. It's no longer financial. It's no longer technical analyses, right? It's now morals and ethics and, FUD. Get your money out before they dump. Oh, Ripple's gonna dump. Oh, everybody's gonna dump. No, nobody's dumping, man. It's going to the moon. Not financial advice. Do your own research. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.